All right, grade fours, hopefully you have a ruler for today's work. I just wanted to point something out. In grade 3, we worked on centimeters. And so if I said, let's measure this pen, we would make sure it starts right at the 0. And in grade 3, we would say, oh, it's about 13 centimeters. In grade 4, we want to get more specific. So we're introducing parts of a centimeter or millimeters. So if you look at these two rulers, they actually have millimeters on them. This one, in fact, has centimeters underneath, 1, 2, 3, 4, and millimeters on top, 10, 20, 30, 40. This one also has millimeters, just not written out, but you can see between two numbers, there are 10 little lines, and that's because 1 centimeter is made out of 10 millimeters. So take a look here now. So just so that we go over that, 1 centimeter is equals 10 millimeters. So we're going to go over, hopefully you have the ruler with those little tick marks, or you can get one. If you can't, we can still use this kind, but instead of, maybe you might be off by a little bit, but I would be okay with that. We can see that this is in between the 13 and the 14. Maybe let's look at a line first before I measure this pen. So let's look at this first line, and I'm going to use this ruler here. So remember, you start right at that 0 mark, not at the end of the ruler. And when I look at this, the measurement is, in grade 3, we might have said it's about 6. But in grade 4, now we're going to be more specific. So we're in between the 6 and the 7. If I count those little tick marks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 5/10 of a centimeter. But how we would write that is you would just write 6.5 centimeters. And also though, today I would like you to do your work showing me centimeters and millimeters. So all you need to do actually to go from a centimeter to a millimeter, you're going to go over 1 decimal place. You're going to move it over. So it actually becomes 65 millimeters. And if you have this ruler, you can actually see that it would be, let's bring it right there. So it depends on the ruler you have, but this one actually shows us between 60 and 70, so it's 65 millimeters. So if I measure the next one, we have 8, and then I see 2 little tick marks, so that would be 8.2 centimeters. And then how many millimeters would that be? Well, you could count by tens, so you get to 80, or we're just, again, moving the decimal place over 1 spot, so it becomes 82 millimeters. So back to this, if you only have this ruler, and you are measuring this pen, I can see it's about 13.5. I don't have those tick marks, but we know that that halfway mark is 0.5. So if you're working with a ruler like this, just give me your best guess. Thanks.